Haya tuketi. Asante sana Pierre Shadrack. Wadime, the only thing I disagree with you is when you say mzee. Mzee yuko wapi hapa bana? Bwana asifiwe. Salaam alaikum. I want to stand by, the ambassador from Germany did a very good job of saying who is here. So I don't need to go through the whole list again, but I want to recognize Dr. Gary Conil. Dr. Gary Conil, you may not know, anajua kujituma. Dr. Gary here is originally from Haiti. He's from Haiti. Worked in the UN for many years, and when Haiti needed stabilization, when Kenya was sending troops to Haiti and working with Haiti, until Haiti now actually had a team playing in the World Cup because of the work that was done. And it was work that was done by him because Dr. Gary, Your Excellency, was at one time the Prime Minister of Haiti. Not a president, the Prime Minister. He was the highest ranked person in Haiti. And he came to Kenya and we met. So I'm very, very pleased to have him here in Kenya. And he's like me, he's very chap. He likes getting things done very well. So very honored that you're here. Ambassador Growth, good friend of mine. We've worked together here and in Germany, getting things moving. So very, very happy. Madam Mugo, FKE, asante sana. I was just with her in Geneva the other day, looking at ILO and the things that happened there. Thank you very much, Bruno, representing Mr. Atwoli, Honorable Atwoli. So it's very good. And all the other dignitaries. I don't want to mention everybody who are here. I see wadosi wamekaa hapa lini ya mbele. Hao ndio watanunua lunch. So these are the wadosi wamekaa hapa mbele. I'm looking at the composition of people who are here, and after listening to the speeches that have been done, I don't want to repeat most of the things that have already been said. I want to talk to the young people, and I want to tell you my story so that it can give you a sense of hope. Because as you grow up, at times you may think that things are not. I was born in Masi, in Machakos County. Grew up very poor. My parents were public servants. They moved to Nairobi. And I lived in Ruta Satellite, Kawangware. Before that, we used to live in Kibera. I grew up, going to Troy Primary School in Kibera. We lived in Nyumba ya Matope, using a pit latrine. I used to compete with rats to use the toilet. Went to Kawangware, Ruta Satellite. I lived in a wooden shack. Basically nyumba ambao until I was 21. Unaoga nje, choo nje, kukinyesha unatereza unakaa chini, pit latrine. But nilikuwa very active. I was very active in church. I tell people I'm a walking miracle. I was teaching Sunday school when I was very, very young. I was very active. Ikasoma ikapita vizuri. I left Toy Primary, went to Dagoretti High School. And when I was in Form 2 in Dagoretti High School, my parents could not afford to continue paying my education. So I dropped out of school. Kafanya kazi ya mjengo kidogo. I started working labor job here, kuchotea watu maji. Then mzee wa kanisa, Hezron Waithaka, rest in peace, he passed away not so long ago. He decided that this young boy here is very active. Anajua kujituma. He's in church, he's doing things, he's doing drama, he's teaching Sunday school. He said this young kid cannot just get lost sukumaring a wheelbarrow kwa mjengo. So he paid my school fees up to the Form 6. And I'm the same age with his kids. So he was used to pay school fees for his kids and pay my school fees. And that's how I managed to actually finish school. But because God rewards people who actually work hard. There's a writer of a book called The Alchemist who says that, I can't remember his name. Paul Coelho. He says that if you desire and you plan to do well and you work hard on it, the forces of nature will unite to make you succeed. Some may say it's God, whatever, but you have to desire to do well and work hard. And because I was teaching Sunday school, I was working hard, there came some missionaries came from the United States. They came, they saw this small boy, you know, the same age as others, teaching. I went to Ruta Baptist Church, and I became their interpreter, walking around. They were speaking that American English. They were coming from Washington, D.C., Washington State, Dallas. Wakazunguka, wanahubiri, wanasema, you know, Jesus came with miracles. I would say, Yesu alikuja na miracle. Hallelujah, ni mluya pia. You know? And they were they were touched. They asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I want to be a journalist. I was still in school. So when they went back to the US, they found me a Christian college. And they got me a scholarship. So by the time I was finishing my Form 6, I already had a scholarship to go to the US to study. Because God opens miracles, opens ways for you, ukijituma. I think you're getting the theme I'm coming to here. You don't wait. You don't feel entitled. Unajituma. And I'll continue with my story later, because I want it to be a running track for you to understand that nobody owes you anything. Your parents don't owe you anything. Your teacher don't owe you anything. Ukishazaliwa ukitoka unaenda ngee, you're on your own. The rest is up to you. So this sense of entitlement that the government should do this, people should do this. We're here to put structures, but it all comes down to you. You are born alone, you die alone. The rest is how you plan your life. And looking at where I've come from and where I am today, I'm a testament that it doesn't matter who your father or mother is. It doesn't matter where you come from, you can make it. I'm honored to address you today as we commemorate World Youth Schools Day 2026. The United Nations General Assembly designated 15th July as World Youth Skills Day, recognizing the critical importance of equipping young people with the skills essential for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship. Today, we gather not only in solidarity with the global community to mark this occasion, but also to celebrate our shared achievements and lay the foundation of a promising future. The success of this day rests upon our collective commitment and collaboration in empowering youth with the skills required to thrive in a rapidly changing labor market. And I want to tell you this. The competition today is not about knowledge or information. It is how you are able to sieve all this information floating there in TikTok, in Instagram, in YouTube, on the websites. All this information from books. The successful people are the ones who are able to take all the information, sieve it, pick what is important, and use it to enhance themselves. Because there's a lot of garbage out there. That's how the world has changed now. You know, sources of information are very many, as Nation Media Group will tell you. The global theme for this year's celebration, Skills for a Shared Future, is both timely and transformative. It comes at a moment when the labor market is undergoing profound change. Forces such as digitalization, globalization, democratic shifts, and the green transition are reshaping skills requirements and redefining traditional patterns of work. As new occupations emerge and others evolve and even disappear, it is important that young people are equipped to navigate and succeed in this dynamic landscape. Ambassador, yesterday I watched the game. I watched the game last night. And it was a good game. One team lost, you know, and the other one won. And it is, I was impressed by a young man called Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is a player who plays for the Spanish team. Young boy, he's 18 years old. 18 years old. 18 years old. And when he was 15 years and 9 months, he was already playing for FC, Barcelona. The youngest player ever. The youngest player to score goals. He is very young. As younger than most of you here. Some of you here maybe. 18 years and he's in the World Cup playing. But if you follow his story and you look at Lamine, he used to wake up at midnight to go and kick the ball. While others were out there drinking and doing other things, he was out there practicing. You know? So Lamine Yamal did not become what he became by flukes. Because talent is what you're able to do. Someone once said, there's a Chinese statement that says that I don't fear a person who throws one kick, throws 1,000 kicks, once. I fear a person who throws one kick 1,000 times. Because it's all about practice, how many times you do it. how many times you work hard on it. And that's why he is in the World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Kenya remains committed to promoting decent work, strengthening skills development, and fostering sustainable job creation towards attaining a globally competitive workforce. We talked about labor mobility. We are sending people overseas to work. People are saying, oh, why are you sending people overseas? Why can't you create jobs here? Yes, the economy is growing, jobs are being created, but jobs are not just created. The industries have to employ people. The industries have to grow. So you grow the economy in a way that you can absorb people. It takes time. It's like you cannot plant maize today and tomorrow go to the shamba and want to harvest. It takes time. And so in the meantime, you bridge that gap by sending people overseas to work. They gain skills, and then they come back with those skills from overseas, from Germany, from Australia, from the UAE, from different parts of the world, and they're able to use those skills to develop our nations. Ukisikia mtu akisambia wacha kwenda ngambo nini, huyo ni mtu ameshiba. Because if you're hungry and you need money, it's better to go overseas and work for a few years and come back. And I tell you, I went to the United States. Tikulala. I moved from that small college to a bigger university. I worked very hard in that university. I auditioned for everything. You know, they said we are Kenyans, know how to run. So I ran and got a scholarship. You know, I acted and got a scholarship. I did public speaking and got a scholarship. Nikajituma. I decided I wanted to be a filmmaker. I went to the local TV station and asked them whether they could allow me to edit some film I was putting together. I made a documentary called An African in America. I sent myself. I learned all these skills, you know, by myself. Because you go there, nunajituma. Don't wait and say, naomba serikali nisaidie. Don't wait for anybody to help you. You go there and do whatever. And those skills worked for me. After I finished in the US, I did a bachelor's and I did a master's in the US. I came back here, I taught at Daystar University. At the same time, I worked at Nation Media Group, you know, as a journalist. At the same time, I was earning 2 salaries. You know, I would teach in the day and work at night so that I could help my parents move from the poverty that they grew in. And I'd already applied and gotten a scholarship to go to Australia. I went to Australia, spent 5 years in Australia, did a lot of things. I made a film called Africa 2000 Voices of the Future, whereby I went by road from Kenya, took a bus from here to Ofik to Dar es Salaam, took Tazara railway train to Kapirimposhi in Zambia. From there, Harare went to, it's a big long story. But I made a documentary out of it, which I showed in Australia. Somebody saw the documentary, somebody heard me talking about it in the radio, and I got hired as a foreign correspondent. And so I started going around the world as a foreign correspondent because I had made a documentary by myself. You know, I could have done something else. I decided to do something exciting. Later on, the skills that I acquired made me a filmmaker. I came here and made Cobra Squad. For some of you know Cobra Squad. I made the first action film series in Kenya, Cobra Squad. The first series of Cobra Squad made me 25 million. I bought my house in Westlands with it. Cash. From Cobra Squad. You know, from your cinema. I made a Beba Beba. Mnajua Beba Beba? You know, I wrote Beba Beba, Star Beba Beba, many other things. From the skills I acquired as I went along. So these skills, you go out, you practice, you study. I taught myself how to make films from the internet. I would go read documents on the internet, watch videos, how to hold a camera, and all those things before I even enhanced them through education. When I was in Australia, as a foreign correspondent, I went to Equatorial Guinea, an island called Bioko. And I went and looked at the internet and I got a message asking me to call a university in the UAE. When I got back to Kenya, I called them and they said they wanted to recruit me. They had seen some of my documentaries on BBC, on Channel 4, and they had seen some of my work. I didn't know them, but somebody had noticed the work I was doing. I was already doing some things out there, producing things, going out of my way. And I went to Australia. That time I was teaching. I just finished my PhD in Australia. I'd spent 5 years. I was very comfortable. They had made me an Australian resident. I was very, very comfortable in Australia. And they interviewed me. They gave me a salary. I said, I'm not interested. Then they called me. They gave me another package. I said, I'm not interested. Then they upped it up. They gave me another package and I said, I can leave tonight. They flew me to the UAE. became an assistant professor of communication and media. I started writing. I continued writing for Nation. I was writing a Sunday column in the Nation. I was writing a column called Msafiri that ran every Friday in the Nation. I came home one time, NTV, they were still Nation TV. I helped them. They gave me a job to be a consultant. So I used to come to Kenya every month. Then I got noticed. When I'm in Dubai, I get a phone call from office of the president. I'm told, we noticed your work. Can you send us your CV? I sent a CV. I was called. I came to Harambee. I was here with many other gurus. I was interviewed. And because of the work I had done, without asking anybody, Kibaki appointed me to be the first government spokesman of this Republic of Kenya at the age of 33. Kujituma and God. So nobody knew me. People asking, huyu kijana ametoka wapi? Ametoka hiyo kazi yote amefanya. Are you getting the point I'm telling you? So you build your skills through every opportunity that is presented to you. And that's how I became the first government spokesperson of this country. And I did it well. That I actually did it for 10 years, nearly 10 years, for 2 terms of Kibaki. We have a big problem of skills mismatch, which limits employment opportunities and productivity. The Ministry of Labor and Social Protection has developed strong policy frameworks linking skills with supply and supply with demand, so that now your skills are being linked. So we have career guidance, labor mobility, industry education linkages, work-based learning, and business process outsourcing. And we'll be launching something here that I took to cabinet the other day, and the policy was approved. Recognizing the work-based learning is one of the most important, most effective ways of engaging with the labor market. The government has played a pivotal role in providing industrial attachments and internships. And we've even gone further to incentivize the private sector to expand such opportunities through tax rebates under the income tax set of tax rebate. And I want to ask this is our country. Najua watu wanafikiri your country, sijui nani, sijui Ruto ndio president, sijui nani. Ruto ni Mkenya kama wewe na mimi. And I heard President Ruto the other day say yeye ni Mkenya. Na anataka yeye ni Mkenya. At the end of the day ni Mkenya. You are a Kenyan, our president Kenyan, I'm a Kenyan, sisi wote ni wa Kenya. So whatever happens here, we are Kenyans. Hakuna mahali ingine tutaenda, ni hapa. So I think all of us, and I call upon the private sector, private industry, and they have done very well. FK, you've done very well. Unions are doing very well. And my plea is this. I believe I did economics on the side. On the side. Nilijifunza tu economics, sababu mambo ya kutengeza pesa ni mzuri. Mtu akwambia pesa si mzuri, yajui nini anaongea juu yake. Pesa, kuwa na pesa ni mzuri. You need to learn how to make money and how to preserve money and how to grow your money. Sindio? So I went for classes of economics to learn how to make money and how to keep money. Ndio mimi niko hapa sahi. So my plea to the private sector is this. There's a principle called consumerism. It's adopted, it's very, very popular in the US. And this means that if somebody has money and they go to a shop and they buy a product, the person in that shop makes money out of that. If more people go to that same shop and buy the product, the person who is selling that product now has to ask for more stock to be brought in from the factory. The factory owner now has to engage more people to bring in raw materials. Every stage of the way is a job created. You see what I mean? So I'm going to request the private sector, tafadhali, those ones making money, and many are making money, that you go out of your way when you sit in board meeting and decide, we may not need these people per se to grow industry, but we are making $1 billion shillings of profit. Why can't we take some of this money and employ 10 people or 2 people or 1 person rather, in our company? Because when you employ that 1 person, another 1 person is employed, another person is employed, they'll go to that shop, and very soon you'll find that consumer-driven economy, more people will get their jobs, will get employment. So as we grow the economy, I'm calling upon FKE and others to go out of here and say, yes, we are making money. I'm taking home 100 million, you're taking home 100 million, you're taking home 300 million profit. Why can't I just give away $1 million shillings a year to employ 1 extra person, so that person can have a livelihood? Simunipigie makofi tafadhali. Unaona vile unatafutia kazi? Because we are in this together, and that will help enable us to grow this country. Today today, in this celebration, I'm quite happy. And I listened very well to the comments that were made. You know, Gary talked about that training is not a job. You know, being trained is not a job. A job is actually when you go in, you plug in and you work. And so today, as we look at the things that we are doing, we are going to launch 3 strategies, 3 documents. The first one is the National Strategy on Green Skills and Jobs, which seeks to build an economy that promotes improved human well-being, social equality, while significantly reducing environmental risks and ecological scarcity. The second one is the National Policy on Business Process Outsourcing. The idea is this: instead of us sending you overseas to work, we want you to work at home, but they bring those factories here where you can do customer service, you can do AI, you can do so much work while you're still at home, being paid with dollars from overseas. That's business process outsourcing, is where we are going in this labor market, so that majority of you can get online jobs while you're here in the country. And tomorrow, we will unveil the National Strategy on Transformation of the Informal Economy, which you know, Ambassador Growth talked about it, you know, that it is a very, very big economy, and, you know, how we need to use it, because he pointed out youth need to have something so that they're not used to be, wanaitwa nini watu wanagonga magari? What do you call them? These people being used in the streets to burn vehicles and do those things. What do you call them? Goons. So we want those people employed so they don't become goons. Lakini pia kuwa goons si career, but there are some people who are goons by career. Some of them are politicians and they are goons, and others are just goons. Ukitaka kutuma watu kutupa mawe unaitana, wanakuja the same people. Some of them are just doing it out of entitlement or out of violence. So we can't support any goonism. It is not right. And so kwa hayo mengi, ningependa kusema ya kwamba I thank the Lord. I thank God. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer that I'm where I am today because of what I've been able to do. I finished government spokesperson. I ran for governor of Machakos twice. I started my own party, Maendeleo Chap. I was able to negotiate with Ruto for Kenya Kwanza, and today I'm a cabinet secretary. I was a cabinet secretary, minister for foreign affairs. I was a minister for tourism. Hata wanyama huko wananijua, niko na SMS namba zao. And now I'm the minister for labor and social protection. I don't worry about my future. All I do is do your thing well, do whatever you're doing very well, na Mungu atatupanga. Mungu najua atanipanga na atakupanga nyinyi wote if you just work hard. All I'm saying is that mbele iko sawa. And it is my pleasure to declare this very, very important World Youth Skills Day officially open. Asante.
Asante sana Waziri. We'll request you to remain on this platform. Very, very rich history. Thank you for sharing with us your life story as it is. I believe a number of us, a number of these young people are encouraged now and energized as it is to make it in life. So we have those 2 documents that you have mentioned. Dr. Wanjiru is here. By the way, Waziri, Dr. Wanjiru has played a very critical role in the success of this day, you know, and also in ensuring that we have these 2 policies in place. Please, let's give Dr. Wanjiru a major hand clap. Fanya kazi mzuri. So the first one, as you explained, is the National Policy on Business Process Outsourcing. So if we can invite the German ambassador, please, to come on stage, and the UN resident coordinator will truly appreciate FKE, the Federation of Kenya Employers, Nation Media Group, and KOTU. If you can join us here, Nita and the Director General Nita, kindly join us here on stage. So the first one that we'll begin with is the National Policy on Business Process Outsourcing. The second one is the National Strategy on Green Skills and Jobs in Kenya, a 5-year plan that we have come up with because the world of work keeps on changing.
3, 2. All right, so right about now, so Adea, thank you so much, was PS Modime. So we'll pause for a photo, and then, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to have a countdown as we officially launch this particular amazing project right here. Sawa sawa, waziri amesema tungoje. But again, he has a beautiful story, lakini pia niko na maswali towards waziri as well. Please move closer. Get to the end. Hello? All right, so there you have it, our countdown. So are you guys ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuwapigie makofi one more time. There you have it, official launch of the national strategy on green skills and jobs in Kenya 2026 to 2031 at the World Youth Skills Day 2026. So for the edition, all this is courtesy of the Nation Media Group and also in partnership with the Ministry of Labor as well. Thank you so much for the wonderful job. Tuwapigieni makofi mabibi na mabwana. Asante sana. There you have it. Good job, Sebastian Groth. Take our greetings. And also thank you so much for the amazing work. Our FKE representative, thank you so much. There you have it as we are here. And to our young people who are here as well, this is an opportunity for us to have a good time. Remember, this is Scale Up Africa 2026. All these amazing gentlemen and ladies who are also in particular forum, they are here to have a good time.